Hello and welcome to the Randomlinuxguy channel where I go through Windows and Linux tutorials with style. And today we are going to be looking at Windows 10 Pro Insider Preview Evaluation Copy Build 10162. It's not the latest release, but I figured that with Windows 10 coming out on the 29th, that video on this is due, and I figured that I'd just go through a couple of the features that are my favorite, and just to get you guys ready for this big release. So first off, I think it looks pretty nice. I will go ahead and say that I have all the fancy animations, everything off, adjusted to performance. So what I'll just go ahead and show you what I mean there. Let's see if we can see. Okay, we're gonna go to Systems Information, and let's see. One of the things I do not like as much is the fact that there are there's now multiple there's a settings and there's control panel. So previously Windows, when you wanted to control, change your computer settings, you go to control panel, and I'll just go ahead and pull both of those up for you just so you can see the difference. This is what we're used to, and this is what they have. This is basically, it does all the same stuff, but this is basically going to be switched to the default if you have this on touchscreen mode. So if you're using this on a tablet, then this will be the default for what you see when you go to settings. So I think that's pretty nifty. I mean, you can use it if you want to, if you're on a desktop like I am, but it's mainly aimed towards those touchscreen users who want a slightly larger, easier to operate interface. So what I'm going to show you here is, I don't know if some of you guys may be familiar where if you go to your systems and then advanced and go to performance and settings, you can adjust it best for performance. I do a lot of gaming and I don't have the best computer in the world, so that's what I tend to have most of my Windows systems running at, is just having them adjusted best for performance. In terms of performance, it runs really good. I'm really pleased with the performance. As long as you don't, have a whole lot of background programs running, then it's definitely a decent. I can get it down to use under a gigabyte of RAM, which is pretty impressive. They suggest 2 at least, but you can get it down to. You can probably, in a nutshell, use this on a gigabyte of RAM. I have 4, so I have no problem running this. They have a very nice notification menu. You can scroll up and down. Or I imagine you can drag that up and down. You can also use your touchscreen. You can clear them individually, look at more information, or you can clear all like so. Also from here you can go through your VPN, quiet hours, airplane mode for, again, tablet users. We've got our network. You can switch between tablet mode, which changes over to this sort of metro UI here for the start menu. There's no longer an option to just change between this in the start menu where there used to be. It's now done through notification menu, so I can just go ahead and switch back to desktop mode, and you can see it switches back. We definitely have the notes, which you can use to open note, and that's one thing that I really don't like about this, is it's always like, hey, buy Office, hey, get Skype, stuff like that. I don't really like that. You can go to the settings again for those tablet users out there. You can expand/collapse that. I do like that. You can connect. You've got your VPN, Bluetooth location for if my computer had a GPS. That'd be in. Most of this stuff is mainly aimed toward tablet users, so most of this stuff I'm not going to be able to use just because I do not have a tablet. Another thing that is new to Windows 10 is they have Cortana, who will bring you little updates and stuff, but when this is fully released, unless you want Microsoft building a very accurate profile of you in their database, I would suggest not using Cortana, because Cortana uses Bing to find all of her results for searches and stuff like that. So, and then it goes ahead and saves all that and very happily sends it all back to Microsoft. So, Microsoft will have, full search history about, what you're looking at, what your preferences are, what news stories you like to follow, all kinds of stuff like that. And that's basically what's going on there. They have added an Xbox app, which I shall launch up here. It's only compatible with the Xbox One, unfortunately. There's a lot of new apps that come with this. There's all kinds of money, TVs, groovy music. Apparently, I've not really looked into that too much. You can drag these around, make the start menu yours. Lots of fun stuff like that. Movies and TV, you've got Store, OneNote. They have redesigned the Store UI. This was in previous builds called Store Beta, but I believe there may still be, if I can find it here. Yeah, they've completely removed. They did actually have two stores on here for a while. They had the one that you Windows 8 users are familiar with, and then they had the Store Beta, which is the one that is the default for now. If you have yourself an Xbox One, you can go ahead and connect this. You can view your friends' profiles, all kinds of stuff. You can even stream your games. You've got a nice UI here. You can look at all kinds of stuff. You can send messages, activity alerts. You can go ahead and screen all kinds of games. That's Microsoft Store, of course. Add a device. You get the general idea. We have settings, which is basically very optimized around touch, so that it's easier to use on touch. And it's only compatible with Xbox One, and the way it'll work is it'll detect it on your network, and you can connect to it and stream games to your laptop or your desktop. And I believe that Microsoft and Dell, because they're very closely partnered, are going to start putting chips in their computers that allow you to connect your Xbox controller to them, so you can play your Xbox games upstairs on your computer, suppose having your Xbox on downstairs, So I thought that's pretty cool, except for I don't have an Xbox One. I don't have the money to purchase one right now, so that's definitely a shame that I cannot use this awesome feature that Microsoft have added. Of course, because I'm an insider, they still have the feedback app, which I'm not going to go into very much because that will be removed upon the full release. We have a full apps button which shows you, file directories and stuff like that. And that's pretty much all there is. There's a lot of dedicated apps for keeping up to date with sports and stuff like that. And real quickly though, let's go ahead and look into the new browser that they have added. As I understand this, they're getting rid of Windows Internet Explorer and they're replacing it with Microsoft Edge. Oh boy, which actually looks kind of like Opera here. That's recording software. I don't know if you guys can see the similarities here, but that's what I think they're going off of there. I don't know, but it's got all kinds of shortcuts that are very handy, I guess, if you want to use your Windows keyboard that covers up the entire screen to do so. But essentially, it's basically just Bing browser. So again, if you don't want Microsoft keeping track of everything you search for on the internet, I would not use Edge, or you could change your your search provider, and you can change your theme. We have dark and light. I don't really like the dark, so I'm just gonna stick with light. We have all kinds of other stuff. We have top sites. Last time I checked this, you had to go under advanced settings, and then you cannot add new to actually change the options there, but you can't change it off of Bing, which I'm really hoping they will change. I think Google will have a couple issues with them going and doing that. Of course, you've got the do you want to close all tabs, and then we have a couple of nice features. So if I just go to we'll just head to YouTube real quickly. I'm not too concerned about Bing tracking me on this. Let's go ahead and find my channel. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so here we go. We've got my channel, and I want to highlight some stuff, so I can click on that, and this brings up editor mode. So I can draw around videos. I can highlight some text. I can erase the text that I just highlighted. I can add notations. And you can delete notations like so. You can as well, you can copy and paste. So for those of you who don't like highlighting text and hitting the whole Control-C thing, then I guess this is for you. You can save it, exit that right there. I like this editor mode, or the whatever you would like to call that. I think that's pretty cool. We've got our favorites bar, reading lists, history, And downloads, all accessed by this tab right here. We have our favorites and our bookmarks, and as well as share, so you can share the website. Again, aimed towards the mobile and tablet users. So that's pretty much the Microsoft Edge project that they're working on there. We do have ourselves a task view shortcut that we in the taskbar here. I don't really understand why they would do that. You can just hit Alt Tab, as I understand it. Yes, you can do that. I guess this is aimed towards the tablet users who can't hold down Alt Tab to bring up that window. You can just click that, and then I'm not pressing anything. It'll keep up there. Another thing is you may be familiar with the Windows 7 arrow effects, where you can go ahead and hit Windows Tab, and it would bring up that real nice cascading Windows effect. And that was an alternative to hitting Alt Tab, just fancier and a wider preview of the window you're trying to switch to. That now brings up this screen. You can switch to the screens that you have open on this desktop, and then you can actually click this little Add Desktop button. You can have Desktop 2, which has a completely different set of tabs, and you can switch between them like so. So, for example, you see here I have my recording software open, and then if we skip over this one, it's completely done. Like it's gone. New. Completely new. So what's cool is if you have a non-responsive program that's locked up Windows in this window, you can hit Windows Tab, add a new desktop. This one will be free. You can open up Task Manager, and you can just close that program, because if I do open up Task Manager, it will show, once it loads up here, it shows that even though it doesn't show up in this, it does say that Open Broadcaster software is running. So I think that's definitely a cool feature. Thank you, Microsoft, and I will definitely be adding that for when my games go into non-responsive mode, which they do quite frequently given my specs. So pretty much, anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am trying out a new broadcaster software. It allows me to do longer video recordings at a higher FPS than what I was using previously, so I hope that this looks good to you guys, and if you find any problems or audio bugs, let me know. Thank you in the comments. So anyway, as always, I am Randomlinuxguy, bringing you Windows and Linux tutorials and reviews with style. I'm out!